Good morning, and good morning again. The weekend has passed. It was Father's Day weekend. I hope you were just as blessed as I was and had a fantastic Father's Day weekend. It is Monday morning, and we are ready to start off another week. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and welcome to this morning's edition, the start of a new week, June 19th, 2017, and the Mike Prince Show. We have so much to talk about. Mr. Cosby had a mistrial, but doesn't mean that he's out the woods just yet. LSU will have their way with Oregon State. I've been doing all this talking all this time, didn't realize that I didn't even have my mic open. Good morning once again. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and thank you all so much for joining in with us. We are live as we speak on obnradio.com, KTORradio.com. You can even listen to us on TuneIn Radio at Open Mic Broadcast Network. And if you happen to be in the Prairie View A&M University city limits, you can check us all out at 87.9 FM, Prairie View, Texas. As I may mention, our show will have covered a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Mr. Cosby has the mistrial. He's not out the waters just yet, but at least this Father's Day weekend, he was able to be at home with his family. And meanwhile, the prosecutors say they will continue to pursue and get justice for the victims. Meanwhile, the NCAA baseball tournaments have been aligned, and you have Louisville versus Florida, and OSU, Oregon State University versus Louisiana State University. I was right throughout the most part of last weekend. I think I had TCU victorious over Florida. All the other ones did win, and since I am 3 of 4, I think I will go ahead and stick with Louisville over Florida. And it comes a split now between Oregon State and LSU. I believe that I am going to stick with LSU on this one. I believe they'll find a way to sort that one out. So I guess I'm projecting LSU and Louisville in the final series for the College World Series. So that is it. I have that all out on the line. I can't take it back. It is what it is. I don't want to change it anyway. Louisville and LSU, and if I had to pick one out of that, well, I got a couple of days, and I'll wait before we talk about that. How is that? As we may mention, hope you had a wonderful Father's Day weekend. Our hot topic today is going to be the state of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Where are they? Or where are we? How did we get there? And what can be done about it? There's so much going on throughout the conference, and we'll begin to try at least tickle the surface when we return. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come right back. You're listening to the Mike Prince Show on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Larry's Automotive, located in the Field Store community of Waller County, is equipped to handle any automotive service or repair on your diesel or gas engine, truck, car, tractor, trailer, or RV motorhome. With in-house financing and scheduled service reminders, Larry's Automotive can handle it all. So give them a call at 936-931-5566, 936-931-5566, or look them up online at larrysautomotive.net. Larry's Automotive is an approved AAA Texas repair facility employing AS NASB certified technicians and a 2-time Better Business Bureau Awards of Excellence winner in automotive service. That's because they believe in running an honest business with a no-problem guarantee. Remember, every service visit comes with their 12-month, 12,000-mile nationwide warranty on parts and labor. That's satisfaction worth the drive. So stop on by or call today, 936-931-5566. 936-931-5566.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, Dr. Mike Prince, also known as the Radio Guy. You can follow me at Twitter, Radio Guy. On Instagram is OBN Radio. And I've had such a surge of late with my Instagram account. And I thank you guys very much. Keep it coming. Keep telling people about the Mike Prince Show being aired Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. We are live throughout the course of the day, but we have live broadcasting coming on and off throughout the entire day. You can simply lock in what we're calling our app, and it is simply a phone number that you can save and dial in anytime, 24/7, 365. And that number is 605-477-5066. And you lock that number in. You go to the website, obnradio.com, save our little logo, if you will, attach it to the number, and boom, there it is, your app. And with all that being said, there are so many changes that took place within the last week throughout the conference, throughout various universities. And before we go any further on that, let's just give you up to speed of what has happened. Last week, it was announced from the headquarters of the Southwest Athletic Conference that the football championship had once been covenanted by all SWAC schools will no longer exist after this 2017 season. And the reason given was they want to focus on the Celebration Bowl, which features the Southwest Athletic Conference leader or top team against the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference top team. So with that being said, it will be up now to your conference record. No more East versus West. It is what it is. The top dog of the SWAC will take on the top dog of the MEAC, and there it is. Case closed, slam dunk. And speaking of slam dunks, not only did they tweak with the football, they also tweak with the basketball championship. This will be the third year of a 3-year deal that the venue will be held in the Houston, Texas area. And with that being said, they change the location at Delmore Center now, was at the Toyota Center the last 2 years. Beautiful venue, a professional state. Of course, that's where the Houston Rockets play. It is 16,000 seat capacity. I wouldn't say stadium, but auditorium. And it was just a bit too much as far as capacity. Even with a strong number, 6,000, 7,000 people, it was looking faint-hearted on the television. You're not making the money that needs to be made. It's costing you more money to make than it is what you're getting in return, or more money to be there than what you get in return. Which gives me the old saying, I'm an old guy and I don't mind being old. If you keep waking up, one day you'll be old. And it's hard to be big when little has you by the toe. And there are so many other changes going on. There was reported from Mississippi that Mr. Booker Chambers, outstanding receiver from Mississippi Valley State, has transferred to go to Delta State, a step down. And part of his flight, if you will, was saying that there was a bit uneasiness from his part. So he felt he was misused, or not misused, but underused as a ball player, and he decided that he would take flight. So he will be at Delta State. And if you're listening, or depending on who you're listening to, he's not the only one taking flight. Rumor has it, I'm not saying this is true, but rumor has it that there has been discussions that Alabama State and Alabama A&M will be taking flight to head toward the MEAC. Part of the reason being travel expense to be shaved down. Very interesting concept. Very interesting thoughts. There is an 11:30 press conference for Alabama State scheduled today, Central Standard Time, but of course it is for their receiving of the President's Cup for being the top athletic school in the conference, winning 10 of the 18 championships. But there is speculation that it could be an announcement made that Alabama State will be taking flight perhaps within the next 2 years. Could that be the reason why the immediate change? We don't know. But, man, there's so much going on. Jackson State has announced that they will terminate men and women's golf, and there are various wheels being turned. And when you look at it, you have to look at the leadership factors. And speaking of leadership factors, there are so many new presidents on the scene, some vacates or spots to be filled that have been recently vacated, i.e. Prairie View A&M University. You still have a need. There's an interim basis at Alabama State, Grambling State. Texas Southern's president is within his first year, so he's still getting his feet wet. And if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Bynum is now going to be at Jackson State, which means there's a vacancy at Mississippi Valley State. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions open as presidents, and perhaps more to come. We don't know. Texas Southern's president, as we mentioned, is in his first year. What is going on? Is it becoming to the end of an era for the Southwestern Athletic Conference? I don't know. Don't want to see that to be. I'm a product of the SWAC. Got my SWAC hours from Prairie View A&M University, and had a wonderful time, all-conference baseball player during my tenure. I've been covering this conference with our network, Open Mic Broadcast Network, for, 13, 14 years now. So I definitely don't want to see it take a dip, if you will. But it makes one wonder. It makes one scratch their head on what is the fate, what is the state of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. If you've noticed, there has been a lot of moving parts, but then there's one area that has been the constant, which may be time to look at that position. We'll talk about that a little bit more in detail when we return. We're going to take us a break and talk about the changes that have taken place throughout the Southwestern Athletic Conference. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. We'll take a break, and we'll come right back.
Hi, this is Penny Lucas White, head women's volleyball coach at the Alabama State University. I'm calling to inform you that volleyball kickoff date for all SWAC teams are August 25th. We also will have our first SWAC roundup that will be hosted by Texas Southern University in Houston, Texas on September 22nd through the 24th. Then it will be followed up with the second roundup of the SWAC in Montgomery, Alabama on October 20th through the 22nd on the campus of Alabama State University. Looking forward to seeing you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
The Open Mic Broadcast Network is a community-based radio station that was established in 2002. We have been dedicated to local, regional, and community programming with coverage for high school, collegiate sports, ministries, and information. Our goal is to provide quality, productive, and positive programming that reflects the community that we serve. Visit our website, ktorradio.com and obnradio.com.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Join us each and every weekday right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, 87.9 FM in the lovely city limits of Prairie View, Texas. Don't forget, lock in our app, 605-477-5066, 24-hour broadcasting and programming available just for you. With a station designed with you in mind, serving the community through faith and athletics. Before we took our little break, we were in discussion of all the changes that have taken place in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. But the only constant, the stapler, if you will, has been Commissioner Duer-Sharp. I'm not advocating that it is time for Commissioner Sharp to be replaced, but is it something to visit? Is it something to reconsider? You have a lot of changing and potential and future changes coming in these offices of presidents at the various universities we named in the last segment. With new minds and presidents come different thought patterns and different ways and directions that they want to go. Could it be the end of an era for Commissioner Sharp? I'm not calling for that, but it's something that must be looked at and really examined with a fine-tooth comb. There's no secret that the headquarters has had a huge turnover, at least 20 to 25. You can even go as high as to 30 and probably plus of office personnel that has come in and out of that office at the headquarters of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Could it be that it's time to look at the leadership of the Southwestern Athletic Conference? When you compare the MEAC and the Southwestern Athletic Conference, which is our gauge for a conference of the Southwestern, and I'll say our magnitude, because as I mentioned, I am a strong advocate for the Southwestern Athletic Conference, very proud of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. But with all the scuttlebug and the murmurings going on, it makes one scratch his head and ask what is going on and where are we headed. Now, not real sure of the Alabama State, Alabama A&M rumor, but if that is the case, what would remain with the other schools within the Southwest Athletic Conference? Because if that be the case, if it's buddy deals that are being looked upon, and I'm just hypothetically putting this out here, not that I have anything of substance or concrete value, but this is a variety talk show, and we'll talk about it for a minute at least. If we're going to be looking at travel expense, if we're going to be looking at convenience, what do you do if you're the remaining schools within the Southwest Athletic Conference? Do you pick a fellow comrade to partner up with and find you a deal of flight, a conference of flight? Does Mississippi Valley match up with Jackson State or Alcorn? Does Prairie View match up with Texas Southern? Or I guess ideally, if you go geographically, You would have Mississippi Valley perhaps teaming up with Arkansas Pine Bluff, Alcorn teaming up with Jackson State, Prairie View teaming up with Texas Southern. Do you now go and create deals? And Southern could probably team up with Jackson State as well. I'm just hypothetically speaking. And what do you do and how do you get it done? Will the conference survive if Alabama A&M and Alabama State do take flight? It's a lot of what ifs in the air. And when we come to troubling waters like this is when we need some solid leadership. It's when we need a sense of direction, a peace in the midst of a storm, if you will. And we got to be honest with ourselves and look at what is best for the totality of the conference. Now, depending on who you ask, there has not been money made as a whole on our championship games for football and basketball. Now, the presidents do approve and bless the commissioner, if you will, on going out to broker, and I'm using quotations, to broker the deals that will eventually or potentially bring a payday back to the respected schools. But of late, that has not been the factor. Now, we're looking at realities. Most commissioners last anywhere between 5 and 10 years, and they move on to the next gig. We're in that time zone with Commissioner Sharp. Once again, I am not advocating that Commissioner Sharp is to be removed or replaced. I'm just looking at the facts. He's close to 10 years, if not right at 10 years, since the existence of Dura Sharp as commissioner. And all we have to do is compare apples to apples, look at the data, see what has improved, what has not improved, and assess what needs to be assessed, and a decision be made. It's being made, decisions being made every day. And once again, I want to drive to the point. This is not an anti-Sharp show today, but it is a show of relevance. It is a show of what are we to do, how are we to get there, and what resources do we have to get us there. I mean, you got to tip your hat. Yes, it's been a good deal for the championship games to be played in Houston at the NRG and at the Toyota Center, but at what expense, at what cost? Yes, the student athlete gets a chance to play on the big stages, and once again, what was the cost for that, and how do we overcome that? How do we deal with the fact that money, which is a driving force, is not being made? It's got to be a better way. It's got to be a way of saying, you know what, here it is, let's go for the gusto, and let's see what we can get out of it. But until we address whatever needs to be addressed, it's almost like we're in quicksand or perhaps even concrete cement. Because you have to be able to move, you have to be able to adjust, you have to be able to prepare for what comes down the road. There are so many questions, so many concerns, and we're going to try to do our due diligence to help come up with some solutions and get some answers if we can. And by all means, it's not about bashing. It's about protecting what we do have. It's about holding up the banner, if you will. And I'm going to make it personal for my beloved Southwestern Athletic Conference. I'm going to take a break, and when I come back, we'll talk a little bit about some things going on throughout the Southwest Athletic Conference and a baseball prospect camp. It's right around the corner. Keep it where you got it. We'll be right back. You're listening to The Mike Prince Show on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
How you doing? It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. I want to let you know about the latest and the greatest going on at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We now have a 24-hour, 7 days a week, 365 days a year message line. You simply dial 713-570-6736. Share your information, comments, tidbits, whatever it is going to help enhance our coverage through our local and regional high school and collegiate coverage. Once again, that number is 713-570-6736.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. We come to you in bullet speed, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. We are working where we're going to be taking your phone calls coming up here. We're trying to get that all set for football season, but we are locked and loaded and moving forward. You can listen to us so many different ways. Number one, you can go to our website at obnradio.com. Number two, you can go to our sister website, ktorradio.com, ktorradio.com. You can listen by way of TuneIn app at going to Open Mic Broadcast Network. You can go by dialing our phone number. Yes, we have a phone number that you can dial and listen to through your phone anywhere in the world. That number is 605-477-5066. We're adding shows daily. Let me say weekly. We're adding shows weekly. We want to welcome on board the Our Journey Alive, a weekly talk show talking about domestic violence survivors, this, that, and the other, and so much more. The host is Sister Sophia Stroller. As a matter of fact, you'll be able to check her out at 10 o'clock today, Central Standard Time, right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. As we were making mention, we got some other announcements to give you. Prairie View A&M University Baseball Prospect Camp will be June 24th. Registration starts at 8 a.m. They'll start the workouts around 9:30, and you'll be done by 1 p.m. It will be on the campus of Prairie View A&M University at John Tankersley Baseball Complex. So if you are a senior, for a freshman through senior, I believe, JUCO, and want to get on the radar for Prairie View A&M University's head baseball coach, Mr. Antoine Riggins, make sure that you're available to that camp, which will be June 24th, 2017 at 8 a.m. for the registration. Make sure you get there early. Come with your game face on. Come with your A game to try and see if you have what it takes to be on the D1 level. So you be sure to come out and do that. We got a whole lot coming up, reminding you that on July 3rd and 4th, we will be at the Waller High Football Stadium for the annual Freedom Fest. We do a live show there each and every year, right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. July 14th, we will be in Birmingham, Alabama, to take on the SWAC Media Day. SWAC Media Day will be scheduled at 10 a.m., and we will be there to give you all the coverage with our live broadcast coverage right there. So we're going to probably try to pull a whammy on that day because that is a Friday. We might just not do our show that Friday live. We'll just do the Mike Prince Show an hour delay. We'll have that, or we can just go all the way through. We'll see how that works out, but nonetheless, that'll be July the 14th. And don't forget, on August 21st will be our annual preseason football broadcast at Waller County Line Barbecue in Waller, Texas from 6 to 8 p.m. 6 to 8 p.m. We'll have all of our local high school coaches on board, the Rose Hill Christian Eagles, Waller Bulldogs, Hempstead Bobcats, the Royal Falcons, and we'll have Shotgun Willie Simmons of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers live right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network on August 21st from 6 to 8 p.m. I believe I have covered all that I can for today. But let's make a deal. We'll come back, same time, same location, tomorrow morning, if it be the Lord's will. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and you have been listening to the Mike Prince Show, exclusively on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Until the next time, be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.